This video is the companion to our full-featured article in Astronomy for Change. Link in the comments section below. James Webb Space Telescope Deep Field confirms evolutionary theories of the early universe. Welcome friends, Dr. Jim Daly, your host here, to present some new and remarkable discoveries that have been realized with the public release of James Webb Space Telescope data and imagery. We knew that JWST would answer many questions while posing new ones, that it would dispel some myths and uncover some mysteries while creating new ones. But to confirm a line of reasoning about the early universe right out of the gate was unexpected. What am I talking about? On July 12th, NASA, along with representatives of the European and Canadian space agencies, partners in the mission, unveiled the results of 5 separate studies, images and data with a high wow value. The images released were impressive, with detail and resolution exceeding expectations, not just from the engineers and mission support specialists who have worked since Christmas of last year commissioning the telescope, but from all. It wasn't just the images. The images inspire, yes, but they also bespeak a detail contained in the data as deep as it is rich, a detail that was perhaps more impressive than the visceral wow of looking at an image whose resolution just gets better the deeper you look. Of the 5 studies released on July 12th, the SMACS, the SMACS 0723 Galaxy Cluster Study was probably the most content-rich of all. Of particular note was the long-distance spectroscopy of 4 high-redshift galaxies. Don't worry if some of these terms are unfamiliar. We'll describe them as we continue. Of the 5 instruments on Webb, we'll focus on those 2 that made this first of 5 studies released possible. NearCam, the near-infrared camera that, as the name suggests, images objects of interest in the red part of the visible spectrum through what is known as the near-infrared, a region of the electromagnetic spectrum just beyond red. In short, infrared light is heat. NearCam was designed to work with NIRSpec, a spectrograph that is capable of simultaneously recording the near-infrared spectrum of up to 100 objects such as stars and galaxies with low, medium, and high resolutions. What does this all mean? And what is a spectrograph? When we see a rainbow on the sky after heavy rain, we're seeing the result of millions of drops of water acting as tiny prisms, each breaking the sun's white light up into its component colors. A spectrograph acts in much the same way, breaking up the light from a distant source into its component colors, and recording that analysis as an image. We can thus determine the composition of an object of interest, be it a star, a nebula, a galaxy, and now, with NIRSpec, a cluster of galaxies, all at the same time. We can now determine the makeup of that faint, distant light that has been traveling for over 13 billion years. Light that left those galaxies long before the sun shone bright in space, not long after the primordial inflationary event, colloquially known as the Big Bang. We now have the capability of studying the composition and makeup of that nascent universe, the composition of the gas, stars, and makeup of those faint relics at the limit of detection. The James Webb Space Telescope has, quite literally, allowed us to look back in time and space to the beginnings of the universe. And this is where we begin now. This is Dr. Jim Daly of Astronomy for Change. May you come to love the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. And remember, the Earth is a mote of dust floating in a sunbeam. That's reality. Everything else is just marketing. The great philosopher Plato famously said, "Astronomy compels the soul to look upward and leads us from this world to another." Astronomy for Change is a non-profit organization whose mission is to effect a positive change through astronomy and science education. It is our belief that by inspiring and empowering current and future generations to become interested and engaged in astronomy and science, this positive change will be realized. If you enjoyed this video or found it educational or useful, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and sharing the video. These actions on your part are free to do and will help us grow. Also, why not consider supporting us by leaving us a tip or buying us a coffee or perhaps visiting our Patreon page? Any amount would help and would be most appreciated. All the links and details are in the comments section below. And, as always, thanks for watching.